went on an adventure. It's fertilizer pickup day. Oh yeah. Time to pretend like we're ready for spring, if spring's gonna get here. If spring gets here, will it stop raining? We don't know. I guess I could pick a lower gear. That would be great, wouldn't it? Trying to block everybody in here, but I probably did. I got room. Okay, gotta walk into the office. We'll be back. Well, I'm not sure how lost we're gonna get. But I know we gotta go way out back somewhere to their fertilizer plant. Looks like grain's up here up front. I do this once a year. Doesn't mean it's always committed to memory. I have a rough idea. We'll see all the things that there is to see between here and there. I mean, all our local places, if we're getting bagged fertilizer, this is where they get it from. Oh yeah, we're getting it bagged. Whew. Wonder if that deer won. So yeah, we'll see. We're going back to bag fertilizer, and I'll explain that while we watch the loading. But I just say those big bags were not a good idea for us last year at all. There we are. Not quite over the river and through the woods. But we're here. Well, we'll take up the whole lot. Man, they added on. I got a new barn back here. Yeah, where that semi's parked, that's totally new. Oh, we got even more room to like maneuver and take up space. We're getting loaded. Oh yeah, fun rule of the day. We don't shut the truck off. Because, well, I can lift up the cover and we can look at the batteries. But they're 14 years old, and one, if not all three of them, is having issues. I'll probably need this paperwork to be like, hey, this is our fertilizer we're getting, even though I just heard from the office up front. But yeah, we're not shutting the truck off. It's not allowed, because I don't know if it'll start. Had to jump it and everything to get it going, so I guess we need to find batteries here soon. Okay, where are they at? Who can we harass here? Okay, let's watch some fast action loading, and I'll explain why we're going back to these 50-pound bags. I really like the thought of those big bulk bags. So much less trash to deal with. But the bags did not create a seal like the plastic does here. They're just a woven mesh, like an overgrown, whatever, plastic burlap, essentially. And they let moisture through. Now, if we were picking them up, say the week we're going to use them, we'd probably be fine. But we don't get corn planted in a week. You know, it's either a weather thing or like we're planting sweet corn for 10 weeks roughly. So the corn planter's in use, and we're not using up all the fertilizer at once. Yeah, I really, I'm going to hate having to deal with all these bags at the end. But it'll at least keep our product in a usable state for us. That was a mess dealing with that wet fertilizer, trying to jam it through a spreader box, and it was hardly flowing through it. Oh, that was so nasty and grimy. So the fertilizer mix is triple 15 with lime. It essentially starts as triple 19, and we dilute it, or have it diluted down with pelletized lime. That way we're putting lime with the fertilizer right next to the plant where we need it. Like, I think with corn, what's the point of spreading all the fertility too far? You just put it by the plant where it needs it, and it'll get used. If you put it too far, it might not be able to root that far. The driver here, he's got some pretty good skills. He is great at using that front end loader there to load me. And he remembers every year I come with this setup, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got to get the front end loader out. But hey, that combine trailer, sky's the limit on weight, I feel like. Not quite, but for the size of it, I can't overload it on volume too easily. Oh, it's time to hit the road. Everything's strapped on. We can at least say we tried. I mean, the way these pallets are, it's not like they're solid units. Yeah, they're wrapped in plastic, but if something happens, they may spill out. But hey, the one strap makes it look like we tried. That's all that matters. This is the backside of ribs as we leave. Oh, the war in Iran is raging. Trump made his address last night to the nation. Price of everything is going up. Luckily, I bought this fertilizer before the price went through the roof. So that is delightful. Now, as far as other fertilizer, that's going to be annoying. We couldn't prepay for anhydrous because we have no storage. I mean, yeah, I really don't have storage for anything liquid. So that's a huge trouble. And I'm sure they would really hate if, you know, at the end of February, if I just bought 4 tanks of anhydrous and left them sit and not used them until May or early June, whenever we get to using them. I'm sure they'd be looking for those tanks well before then. So maybe the war will end in the next month and the price will come down. Right. Things like that don't follow gravity. What goes down usually goes up and then stays there and has trouble coming back down until the following year or something. And it's not coming back down this spring. So hopefully at least corn price stays up. That'll be the one thing. War ends and bam. Price of grain goes... Not that it's gone up a whole lot. I mean, maybe a few pennies. But nothing like it could or should. Yay, we made it back. All in one piece. Didn't lose anything, and, well, I guess didn't gain anything. I didn't find anything along the side of the road that I thought we absolutely needed. So we're here. Time to get them unloaded. All the straps seem to stay. These are mostly for looks. Now we're going to enjoy having these bags in the barn, you know, just notching things off the list, pretending like we're ready. But we're not scrambling when it's actually planting time, because we'll be doing enough with like anhydrous and whatnot at that time. Well, I'm going to go with, you guys have seen me unload fertilizer before, nothing new there. But so glad to have that here. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky fuel-wise that I was, say, waiting out February because it was still home heating season. Struggling with the safety block there. That I didn't quite order, say, a bunch of fuel in February. And I should have realized that even compared to years past, that 2, when it was under 3, that I shouldn't have looked a gift horse in the mouth and just been tickled to death with 289 or whatever. But no, I thought it could go lower to like 250, and now I am incredibly unlucky in paying, you know, it's gonna be $1.50 more than that. It's gonna be $4 for off-road. So yay me, whatever. That's how it goes. It's all a gamble, right? We're farming. Farming's always a gamble. So we're here, trailer's unhooked, gonna go park the truck. And I have a strong sulfur smell, and I bet it's the batteries or something, because I don't think Eva has any fresh or dead animals. But you guys can't smell anything, you probably can barely see. Now I wish I knew how or why the dash decides to work, but it decided to work today. Like, it didn't work. It's like when it's really cold it works, and then when it gets really warmed up it works, but not in the middle. Except the fuel gauge decided to call it quits because we had a lot of fuel and there's no way we used up a whole tank of fuel. Oh, there it comes back. Yeah, it smells like dead butt in here. I think it's the batteries causing that. Must be some sulfur in the battery acid, even though it should. Oh yes, here we are. Lovely stacks of fertilizer in the barn. Full of plastics. Keep the bags sealed off and dry. Obviously having the roof will help, but it'll keep any atmospheric moisture out. I hate doing this, I hate the mess it makes, but it just works out better for trying to plan ahead around here. Well, everything's an adventure, so I guess let's throw in putting batteries in this thing on top of this video. Take that out, put it in a special spot for which it won't get lost, right up there. We got some wrenches. That's supposed to lift up so easy. Okay, there's a nice little cover here in the darkness. I don't wonder if that's supposed to happen. The one on the back lifts up too. Huh, how can we struggle to get this out? Well, that's super useful. Okay. And that back one doesn't do a whole lot. It's been cut off by the looks of it. So now what do we got in our way? Well, that's good looking too. Get this out of there. So I guess gravity's in our favor. They got a little kind of tray they sit in. Then let's put all that back. And we have a whole lot of corrosion. Are those halves or nines? Nines. Well, good thing I brought one of those. Let's go dunk dunk dunk. Disconnect them all. And what is that? A whole lot of who knows what. Some little connectors or fuses in those potentially. Minor detail. Don't matter when there's no power. Three more times. Oh, that's one stubby little ground cable. That one's disconnected up there. I've got to reach way in here, way into the depths. I guess I could take these loose one at a time, you know, all this, so I have a chance of getting out of here in one piece. See, it's convenient. This cable here must be for connecting a charging cable to instead of having to lift this cover off. I'll go ahead and put this one. Okay. Now we have room to work. Oh! I don't know if y'all can see my lovely pile of corrosion there, but this nut is trying to turn itself into a metric. Luckily these two sides have enough material on, but the other ones, I don't know if you can see the gap, it's gonna have trouble turning it if it wasn't for that good side right there. We got it. Yay. Battery cable, lots of blue powder. Lovely. Stash these off to the side for safekeeping. You know, sometimes I just shouldn't. You know, you think you're being smart, checking things out, looking at stuff. And that's a good thing. There's this lovely plastic battery tray liner in there because, well, we got some solid weight reduction going in there. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 3 fresh batteries. Let's put them back where they belong. I found it weird that they had to ring each one of these up individually, but I guess that makes sense. They each have a separate serial on them, and by ringing them up separately, I should have pulled the little cover off there. They have record of the serial number, so when one of these fails under warranty, I can take it back and get more for free. So you guys better last a long time or fail before the warranty's up. Preferably last a long time. How nice of them. We get to reuse our nuts. Now if I had Bought these from my local truck shop where I managed to get the airbags for the round baler. Those batteries come with fresh hardware, but you know, Rural King specials. I saved $30 a battery by not getting the hardware with them. That's one side down. I like these threaded post types. Just make sure it's tight. Don't have to worry about connectivity of, say, the lead clamping. I've never had trouble with these before. I've had trouble with the clamp type with the big posts. Sometimes, I don't know, they work loose, so there's corrosion in between and they don't make good contact. So somehow these make better contact because I can get more pressure on them. Who knows? Okay, all posts are tight. Tossing our lovely little piece of plastic here. Make sure that sits down. Of course it doesn't want to fall down nicely for us when we get over there. There we go. There, our nice little hats on. Cover time, call it a day. And we'll check if it starts. That plastic's mostly just to keep... It doesn't hold any weight. It's just there. I lined it up okay. It's hard to see in the darkness. There we go. Snap this back on. Everything seems to have lined up. Ta-da! And I guess we'll test it, see if it starts. I figured out what those extra little wires were for. They go to the electric brake booster, so if for some reason the truck isn't running and you find yourself in need of brakes and the emergency isn't working, you have a shot of having some brakes. Oh, that's a good sign. That's not. That's a very bad sign. Did they send us uncharged batteries? Huh. Oh, what a joy. Ugh. Unless I have terrible contact. I mean, we can't see it, but I went through and shined up all the cable ends, if in case those were the problem. All the batteries tested 12.64 volts. Let's try this again. Well, I'll be darned. You gotta have good contact, and just because they looked good before, a little bit of shine goes a long way. Yep, I tried to be lazy and not shine them up. Always clean up your contact points on your batteries. Don't know which one it was, but they all got the same shiny treatment. Well, this has been a fun farming video. We got fresh batteries. The truck runs again. The dash does not work right now, but I'm just here to test the batteries. I'll catch you guys later with more fun farming action.